now you're a Scrum Master and you're in a position you're thinking about doing something to elevate where you currently are. And this video, I'm going to be discussing ways how you can go in from being a Scrum Master to now being an Agile Coach without no experience. So I have a list of items we're going to be going over, and hopefully if you can do this right now as where you currently are as a Scrum Master, it can set you up to start up in this new journey of you being an Agile Coach. Welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy to have you all back again. So let's get into it. So in my board behind me, I broke down things that I think is very important, and I separated it by two different spaces, meaning that I have it as things you can do as a Scrum Master to help you prepare as an Agile Coach, and I have it broken down as category of knowledge and practical, meaning that what knowledge and what other things will you want to add to already your existing knowledge as a Scrum Master, and what other practical you can do right now in your company that can help you set you up to get an Agile Coach position without ever working as an Agile Coach. So let's start with the items we have under knowledge. So number one, let's discuss when it comes to Agile Coach, there are different levels of Agile Coach in under being an Agile Coach, right? So most of the time for people that want to go in to be an Agile Coach, like they've already been a Scrum Master. Like in my case, I was a Scrum Master, then I decided to like branch in and be an Agile Coach. And I started at my company. Never went outside the company and looked for an Agile Coach position, because I felt like the position I can set myself up to branch in and now get into this new role that I wanted. So, but it's very important because that's something I didn't know, right? I didn't know that they had all these different other levels of being an Agile Coach. I just thought that being an Agile Coach is like you're supporting multiple teams and trying to promote the Agile mindset, trying to guide your company when in case they're going through transformation, you guide them through their phases. But apparently there are different levels of Agile Coach, which I'm going to be going over with you. And one of them is being a team coach, which is where I started off. I started off being as a team coach, whereby you go from supporting like 2 teams to now like teams of 4, teams of 5, like multiple other teams. And in art, in case you work in safe environment, that can be like where you work for like a whole art, like you will like be the only Agile Coach. And we also have like business Agile Coach. People in that area, people have like mastery in that, in business and product, and they'll go into a company that and coach them in the Agile way of doing things, going from thinking about projects to product. And they do have Agile coaches too that focus in that business and product environment, and they just scale up and try to be an Agile coach focusing on business and product. And we also Agile coaches that focus on transformation, meaning by they have those Agile coaches, they will work in those areas whereby companies are still going through transformation, whereby they are transforming from waterfall to Agile, and they would like to go in for that like couple of months, sometimes years, like because transformation is not something that just happen in a month. Sometimes transformation can go on for like years. And coach can be someone that's training like some of the project manager to be in Scrum Masters, and they'll have like the workshop and trainings. They'll just focus on the trainings. So that's that kind of Agile coach. We also have an Agile coach who is like an enterprise Agile coach, which is like whereby you are not only coaching team, you are basically coaching like the whole organization, and more focused on leadership, like the CEO and middle manager, executive leaders, coaching them best practices of Agile. So I think it's important for us to know those differences before you can determine where to go. But I started off as a team coach. I think that's a good place to start. And hopefully as I continue to gain more experience, I will scale up and go all the way to be an enterprise Agile coach. So that's one. So the next thing I'm going to discuss a good pointer for you to get, like if you're currently a Scrum Master and you're thinking about being an Agile coach, and how you can land this job without having experience, is to learn other Agile framework. Yep, I know like if you're a Scrum Master, most of the time you are a master of the Scrum guide and you know everything about Scrum, but in order for you to be a successful Agile coach, it is very important for you to learn like the popular frameworks, which we all know SAFe is one of them, Kanban is one of them, and Lean, the Lean principle, the Lean mindset, and also Scrum. So learning at least those four other different kind of framework will set you up for being an Agile coach. And it's true, you know Scrum, that's something that will be already under your belt. And hopefully you already know Kanban, because a lot of companies too, like sometimes already, some of you already a Kanban master, and maybe you already work in SAFe environment. Maybe the only thing you might have to brush up your knowledge on might be on Lean, which is something that we already are implementing in our job every day, because we want to deliver the highest value while we are eliminating waste, right? So knowing these four principles, I found that was very important, and the more I got comfortable with those, then it was easier for me to go through these interviews and excel my interviews. So the next point I'm going to be discussing is to go back to the books, right? So you're like, oh, what do you mean by go back to the books? Because we all know that in our company, first of all, in the beginning for a team, we'll start off going by the Scrum guide, going by like what the book says. But as your team matured, as your team continue to deliver this value, you end up finding yourself drifting away from the book, and you now adjusting more on the team, right? The team through experience, and the team like value, and what are the data are saying, and what are ways the team are working on, and you come together and agree on as a team. But it's important like for you, because before you start coaching about best practices when it comes to you being an Agile coach, it's good for you to go back to the books and learn about all these other frameworks, because these other frameworks too will help you refresh and know what is the book are saying and compare to your experience. So sometimes when you are giving like best practices, mentoring or coaching to teams, you'll be like, okay, the Scrum guide stated this, the Kanban stated this, but in my experience, this is what I've experienced. This is what happened when so and so happened. So that's why it's very, very important for you to you already have this experience under your belt already. So now going back to the book and going back to the Scrum guide, going back to the Agile Manifesto, going back to learning about the Kanban guide, going back to Lean, like SAFe, have like a lot of materials online for free. Yeah, you go all to those things and refresh your memory and going back, and so that it can help you prepare you for this new role you're trying to embark on. So the next thing we're going to be discussing is to understand the difference between a coach and a mentor. That's very, very important. We all know like the skills needed to be a Scrum Master. It is something that, if you even notice so far, it is so similar. The skill set you have currently that you already built already as being a Scrum Master already prepared you in this journey to you going to be an Agile coach. But understanding the mentoring and coaching part is very, very important. Because when it comes to you coaching a team and mentoring a team, because you have to know where your mentor stands and give them advice if needed. But when you are giving a coaching stance, you are not telling them the answers, but instead you find for them to solution for themselves. So it's very, very important for you to invest and know the difference between a mentor and a coach. So that's something I will highly encourage in the knowledge part of things. So the next thing is to learn about tools, right? I know. Learning about tools can also help you prep you in this journey of you being an Agile coach, because sometimes you set up a new team, you prep the team up and get them ready to now be in a new Scrum team. And if you don't know how to use Jira, or you don't know how to use like Azure DevOps, all these other tools, it becomes a little bit more challenging for you to support this team. I know it's true, sometimes in the company we do have Jira admin, or we have the admin like ADO admin, all those other admin people. But sometimes if you do remember, as a Scrum Master, when you do put out tickets for so and so help, it takes a little while before you can get hold of them. But if you already have those skills and build those skills, whereby you can configure your Jira board, you can add things, remove people, create projects, create board, like do all these other things you can do independently, it helps you a lot in supporting the team. And also, if you have a junior Scrum Master, you'll find yourself a lot coaching the team, not only on how to do Scrum and Kanban using best practices, you also will find yourself like teaching them about the tools. And also learning like other whiteboards like Mural, Mirror, Microsoft on the Jamboard, all other whiteboard too, because sometimes you need those to do like the mini workshop, also training. You will use like a lot of collaborative tools to like teach and coach teams. So learning those tools too can help you set it up for a very good path in going in this you being an agile coach. And also knowing Confluence, knowing how to use different part of collaboration tool like the WebEx, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, all these other tools can help you a lot. Because sometimes some companies, they are not used to Teams, and you go to the company, they are using like WebEx. So then you have to coach the team on how to use Microsoft Teams. So that's why knowing your tools can set you up for a better and a good path of being an agile coach. All right, so the next thing we're discussing is what other things can you do after you've learned all of this, get all this knowledge, get all of these things. Some of these too, sometimes you can find in your company for free. There will be like a whole Agile Gateway website where you can go there and learn about all of this stuff for free. There'll be free videos online, and we all know we have YouTube, we have LinkedIn, and also seminars. Attending seminars too can help. Like they have like Agile seminar, Scrum seminar, any other seminar you can attend for free. LinkedIn sometimes I always like publish them for free. Sometimes on YouTube I see like a lot of like lead agile coaches like are publishing free mentorship class or free seminar, free anything. Take advantage of that. And also get a mentor if you can afford it. You should definitely get a mentor that's already like in an agile coach position or in an enterprise coach, whereby you tell them about your intention. You let them know like, oh, I'm trying to be an agile coach. I want to transition from being a Scrum Master to be an agile coach, and I would like you to guide me in this way. And you get them to know your intention, and that can definitely guide you through that process. And also network. I don't even know how to stress networking so much. Like you can literally network anywhere. LinkedIn, you can network for free. There's a lot of platform, a lot of agile mentor group. There's a lot of groups too that are online. A lot of free tools online where you can network for free if you cannot afford a mentor. So that's what I have under the knowledge aspect. So now we know like getting the knowledge is one thing, right? We all know getting knowledge is one thing, and now doing it is another thing. So we can't just get all the knowledge and know all of these things and just think that it will just happen, right? So now I'm going to focus on the practical aspect of things. What are the practical things we could do that can set us up for a good job in an agile coach position without having an experience? So I have this listed out here. The first one I'm going to discuss is start at your current job. So these are the practical things you could do. So you're like, okay, what do you mean about start at your current position? Because right now, as a Scrum Master in your position, I'm sure maybe you have your 2 teams, you have 1 team. You can offer your team like, hello team, how about let's do a review on Agile. Let's go back to the Agile Manifesto. Do you all mind if I do a workshop on Agile? Or do you all mind if I do a workshop on Scrum? Let's just go back and revisit some of these good practices and stuff in the Scrum guide. So you have like basically a mini workshop with your team. So you are practicing, teaching, and at the same time too, they are getting the benefits. So you practice, because to be honest, communication is one of the very, very most important skill sets you'll continue to build to be an agile coach. So you learn with your team, you start with your team, you start where you currently stand. So that's one thing I did, and that's one thing that I know that was very, very helpful for me before I transitioned to maybe an agile coach. So the next thing you would do is to tell your leadership. Tell the people in your company, I don't know, depending on your company, sometimes too, you'll be in a company, you have like different hierarchy, you have Scrum Masters, and then you have Agile Coach, team level, transformational coach, and you also have like the enterprise Agile Coach. Like you can try to get one of them and tell like anyone that maybe you've been working with, you already build a relationship with them, and tell them your intention of you being an Agile Coach. oh, I'm very interested in being an Agile coach. I'm currently a Scrum Master. I've built all the skills. I've done all of this. I've attended this seminar. I've got this certification. I've learned this. I've done this. I've done that. And now I'm at the position. I feel like I'm ready to take on this role. Do you want to mentor me? You can literally even ask someone at your position if they can mentor you also. Mentor can be anyone that already have the skill sets and they're already in a position that you are trying to reach. So you can even ask someone at work to mentor you and also tell your leadership about your intention of you being an Agile coach. So the next thing is to offer to teach and facilitate bigger platform. So at team level, you can definitely do that because you're already used to your team, you'll be comfortable, you'll be in your element. But let's say now you don't have your RTE that's available and they have Scrum meeting. And you tell your RTE, oh, I would like to facilitate. Do you mind? I want to volunteer to facilitate since you're going to be out so and so day. Like, take on this opportunity, and they already know that you already have the intention to be an Agile coach, so they will support you. So they will 100% support you to take on those charges. And also, if like the product owner, it's not like available, sometimes during these like review meetings and you want to take charge and just go over what the team is working on, take on this opportunity to speak in front of an audience because you have to build on those skills. Like in PI planning also, like if your team, you have to go over the capacity planner or you want to tell the product owner like you like for you both to go over your team goals, you should definitely take on that opportunity and speak. And sometimes too, the RT too might not available depending how small or big your company is, and they might ask who would like to facilitate the next PI planning. Take on those opportunity and say, yes, I would like to do that, because if you can build on those skills, it can help you and set you up to be a good Agile coach. So next thing is to continue building on these 4 skills. We already know about this being a teacher or a trainer, a coach, mentor, and facilitator. So those are the 4 skill sets you need to be an effective Scrum Master, and it's the same thing you need also to be an Agile coach. Also the soft skills, right? The communication, the soft skills, and all the other things to also play a role in it. But it's very, very important for you to continue building on those skills, because that will continue to help set you up for your interview when you start interviewing in this position, and you listen out all of these things you've already done to prepare you to be an Agile coach. So the next thing I've done and what have also helped me is to offer to mentor the junior Scrum Masters in your company. Because sometimes too, a company like you have teams that are already matured, you're already working for those teams that's matured. And now they have new junior Scrum Masters that just joined your company. You can offer to mentor them or be part of their journey to support and guide them and get them on board and see that you can actually mentor and coach people. And you start that right now since you're like a senior Scrum Master. So mentor these junior coaches and guide them so that can also help you to set you up to be in this position of being an Agile coach. So the next thing is to learn how to create content. Yeah, so it's very important. I know that sometimes though, when you do go to companies, they already have all of this content available to coach and teach anything about Agile, and they want things their own way. But it won't hurt too if you learn how to create slides or create a collaborative workshop on Mora or Mirror or anything workshop on how to write user stories, on workshop on how to use Jira, or workshop on team building activities. Learning those little skills and building those little collaborative content can also set you up for a better role of you going to be an Agile coach. So the next thing is to create a community, an Agile community of practice at your company if you do not already have that, because the Agile community of practice is very important in the environment, because then you have the like-minded people in that same environment, whereby if you do not have that in place, you can try to get buy-in your company and get all the Scrum Masters and get the Agile community practice in place, where newly Scrum Masters, experienced Scrum Masters, even Agile coaches too can participate in it and make this a platform where you all will continue to learn and build on your skills as an Agile practitioner. So that's something I will definitely try to implement and try to guide and get in place. So the next thing is to learn how to ask this transformational question. And that's all going to go back to you trying to build on your coaching skills and learn to get your build on this coaching skill and learn how to answer this transformational question. Learn how to ask powerful questions. Those can help you answer those interview questions when you go to start asking you, oh, coach me about this pen. So you can able to give scenario on how you've coached someone about using a pen or any kind of example that you'll be given in an interview. So build on all of these skills, and I believe if you were able to build on all of these skills and start here and you continue to network with people in your company, social media, community or practice, anywhere you will see a place where you can actually mentor people and set yourself and guide yourself for this role, you will by no means will get a job in this Agile Coach, whereby you continue to build on your skills. And for you just to know this, you currently being a Scrum Master, it's already set you up like almost 60% of your role of you being an Agile Coach. And if you can support teams and get them to be performing states, there is no way you can be an Agile Coach where you can support multiple teams. So I hope this little mini video has been very helpful to you, and do not give up in your journey to excel or go any ladder if you want to be an Agile Coach, RT, all of this other level of currently you being a Scrum Master. Know that with every hard work and every effort you put, at the end you will definitely get to your destination. So thank you all for coming to me on this my platform and for being so supportive. I truly appreciate it all. And if you find my content valuable or you find my content something very useful, please like and subscribe to Aisha Scrum platform. I truly appreciate it all. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by next year of August. Thank you all so much for the love, and see you all again next time.